Welcome back to our channel, the one place where your news comes pre-digested like a goose being force-fed for foie gras, but instead of becoming a fatty liver, it becomes, well, this show. And today, we're strapping on our Nostradamus hats, surprisingly roomy inside by the way, to predict the top 10 biggest news stories of 2024. Because nothing says journalistic integrity like wildly speculating about the future. But seriously, these aren't just random guesses pulled out of a hat, though I do have a hat here, filled with guesses. No, these predictions are based on current trends, expert analysis, and the unsettling feeling that at any moment, a rogue AI might decide to rewrite the entire human narrative. Buckle up. Coming in at number 10, we have a prediction that's about as likely as finding a sober politician at a lobbyist's cocktail party, a genuinely impactful climate change agreement. I know, it sounds too good to be true. After decades of empty promises and kicking the can down the road so many times it's developed a severe case of dented metal, could 2024 be the year world leaders finally get their act together? Imagine a legally binding agreement with measurable targets, actual consequences for violators, and no loopholes big enough to drive a Hummer through. It sounds like something out of a utopian sci-fi novel, right? But hey, maybe, just maybe, the relentless heat waves, catastrophic floods, and increasingly desperate pleas from scientists might finally shame these world leaders into some semblance of responsible action. Or maybe they'll just all get eaten by giant, climate change-induced mutant squirrels. It's really a toss-up at this point. Either way, you can bet it'll be headline news. At number 9, we have a glimmer of hope in the ongoing battle against everyone's least favorite cellular rebellion, cancer. We're talking about a major breakthrough in cancer research. Not just another incremental step, but a giant leap forward. Think penicillin for tumors, but without the whole accidentally discovering it on a moldy petri dish thing. Imagine a world where certain types of cancer go from being a death sentence to a manageable inconvenience, like a particularly persistent telemarketer. This breakthrough could come from any number of promising fields: gene editing, immunotherapy, nanotechnology, or maybe even that guy in your uncle's Facebook feed who swears by baking soda and essential oils. Regardless of its origin, this discovery has the potential to change millions of lives and reshape the entire medical landscape. Big Pharma is probably already drawing up plans to charge $10,000 for a single dose. But hey, let's not get bogged down in the depressing realities of healthcare economics just yet. Hold on to your tinfoil hats, folks, because at number 8, we're diving headfirst into the uncanny valley of deepfake technology. Picture this. A world leader appears to declare war on a rival nation, sparking global panic and sending stock markets into a tailspin. Only later, it's revealed to be a meticulously crafted deepfake video, designed to sow chaos and manipulate public opinion. This isn't some dystopian sci-fi scenario. It's the terrifying reality we're facing as deepfake technology becomes increasingly sophisticated and accessible. We're talking about AI-generated videos so realistic they could make your own mother doubt what her eyes are telling her. This technology has the potential to undermine trust in media, disrupt elections, incite violence, and generally turn our already chaotic information ecosystem into a raging dumpster fire of misinformation. So yeah, 2024 could be the year we collectively lose our minds trying to decipher reality from AI-generated fiction. Chapter 4. Buckle up, Europe, because at number 7 we're predicting an economic downturn that could make the Eurozone crisis look like a picnic in the park. Between the ongoing energy crisis, skyrocketing inflation, the lingering effects of the pandemic, and the general sense of impending doom that seems to be permeating the air these days, it seems like the economic rug is about to be pulled out from under Europe's feet. We're talking plummeting stock markets, soaring unemployment, and maybe even the return of those austerity measures that everyone pretended to hate, but secretly kind of enjoyed because they made for such dramatic headlines. This economic downturn could have ripple effects across the globe, impacting everything from trade to immigration to the price of your morning croissant. So yeah, things are about to get interesting, or, terrifying depending on your perspective. Chapter 5. At number 6, we're blasting off into the cosmos with a prediction that's sure to please space nerds and infuriate anyone who thinks billionaires should be paying more taxes: a record-breaking space mission. We're not just talking about another quick jaunt to the International Space Station, we're talking about something bolder, something more ambitious, something that will make Elon Musk frantically tweet about how his Mars colony will be even bigger and better. Maybe it's a crewed mission to Mars, a permanent lunar base, a deep space telescope that makes Hubble look like a pair of drugstore reading glasses. Or maybe it's just Jeff Bezos launching himself into orbit in a giant diamond-encrusted rocket shaped like his own ego. Whatever form it takes, this mission will capture the world's imagination, advance our understanding of the universe, and probably make you feel deeply conflicted about the future of humanity. Chapter 6. Hold on to your masks, folks, because at number 5, we've got a prediction that's about as welcome as a case of the Mondays on a Tuesday, a new global health crisis. Look, I know we're all still recovering from the emotional roller coaster that was the COVID-19 pandemic. But the unfortunate truth is that infectious diseases don't really care about our collective trauma or our desire to go back to brunch without worrying about contracting a deadly virus. This new health crisis could be anything from a novel respiratory illness to a drug-resistant superbug to a zombie plague caused by that weird fungus everyone's obsessed with now. The point is, it's going to test our healthcare systems, our international cooperation, and our ability to not immediately descend into panicked hoarding of toilet paper. So yeah, maybe invest in some hand sanitizer and a hazmat suit just to be safe. Chapter 7. Coming in at number 4, we've got a prediction that's sure to send shockwaves across the globe: the downfall of a major authoritarian regime. This isn't just some minor political shakeup. We're talking about a seismic shift in the geopolitical landscape. Think the fall of the Berlin Wall, but with more social media and probably a catchy hashtag. This revolution could be sparked by any number of factors: economic collapse, popular uprising, a military coup, or maybe even just the dictator accidentally live-streaming himself doing something embarrassing on Instagram. Whatever the cause, the consequences will be far-reaching, potentially leading to instability, violence, and a whole lot of awkward conversations at diplomatic summits. But hey, at least it's a step towards a more democratic world, right? Hold on to your wallets, folks, because at number 3, we're diving headfirst into the murky swamp of political corruption with a scandal so big, it'll make Watergate look like a parking ticket. We're talking about a scheme so brazen, so audacious, so mind-bogglingly corrupt, it would make even the most cynical observer question the very fabric of our democracy. This scandal could involve anything from embezzlement and bribery to election rigging and abuse of power. Think offshore bank accounts, shady backroom deals, and enough damning evidence to make even the most seasoned investigators weep into their coffee. This scandal will rock the political establishment to its core, leading to arrests, resignations, and maybe even a few public apologies that sound vaguely sincere. So yeah, get ready for the mother of all political scandals. In a surprising turn of events that will restore your faith in humanity, or at least make you do a double-take, coming in at number 2, we have a historic peace treaty. We're not talking about some symbolic handshake agreement, we're talking about a legitimate, lasting resolution to a long-standing conflict that everyone had kind of given up on. Think the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the war in Ukraine, or maybe even the ongoing battle between my upstairs neighbors and their collection of tap-dancing ferrets. This treaty will be a testament to the power of diplomacy, dialogue, and maybe just a little bit of divine intervention. It will reshape global alliances, inspire hope for a more peaceful future, and probably make a lot of diplomats feel very smug about themselves. So yeah, 2024 might just surprise us with a healthy dose of peace and reconciliation. And finally, our number 1 prediction for the biggest news story of 2024 is a grim one: the assassination of a prominent world leader. This isn't a topic to be taken lightly, and we won't sensationalize it. The assassination of a world leader is a tragedy with far-reaching consequences, sending shockwaves across the globe and plunging entire regions into chaos. The motives behind such an act are complex and varied, ranging from political extremism to personal vendettas to the desire to make a statement on the world stage. Regardless of the reasons, the assassination of a world leader is a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the ever-present threat of violence in our world. It's a sobering thought to end on, but it's important to remember that even in the darkest of times, hope and resilience can prevail. And there you have it, our top 10 predictions for the biggest news stories of 2024. A real mixed bag of hope, despair, and the occasional dash of existential dread. Now, we're not saying these predictions are set in stone. After all, this is 2024 we're talking about, where reality has a nasty habit of outdoing even the wildest fiction. So, what did we miss? What earth-shattering events do you think will dominate the headlines in 2024? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can be constantly reminded of our existence.